Hello everyone, it's good to see you today. I'm sort of late, like very late. I have been working hard today on a journal that I started, but I didn't know how to do the cover. So tonight I am going to risk it all because I'm going to do this cover. I'm going to do this whole journal. I'm going to put this journal together in front of you all. So there'll be a lot of breathing going on, like as I put it together. Let me first start off by saying I hope that you're all well and that you've had fun crafting today as well. I'd like to show you some of the cards that I did yesterday with the masterboard. If you watched my video, these are how they came out. All decorated and done, even with some age tape and some sorry that I had dyed. It was white and I dyed it blue. I also dyed some pink and some peach to go with the journal that I'm making. So that's how those two came out. There's the two tags. And then I made this journaling card, and obviously I put some lace, but it's still botanical because it's got blossoms and flowers. So it's sort of botanical, shabby chic. Botanical meets shabby chic. Yeah. And then this journaling card, or pocket. I haven't decided yet. But it says bees and butterflies, and it says enjoy down here, and flowers. And yeah, I think they came out pretty dang cute. So I'm really happy with them. And then I took my masterboard. Oops, this is Shirley Temple. I happen to have found, for any of you who haven't been following me for a long time, I had done a video on something that I had found, which I'll bring down real quick and show you in case you haven't followed me for a long time. But about 3 years ago, when I started junk journaling, I was looking for these photo albums because I wanted the cardstock that was in them. I wanted this chipboard. And this one was empty. So I thought. Well, I went through it, and these aren't even all of them. I also have postcards. But about several months ago, I picked it up off of my bookshelf like this, and I put it down. I started flipping through it. Okay, how can I get the chipboard out? Should I just rip it out? Should I cut it out? And then I was like, oh gosh, look at this acetate. Oh my gosh, and I was so excited and what have you. And I was flipping through it, and look, at the very end of this book, which I'm assuming, now this was at Goodwill, this book, this photo album, and it was empty. And I saw it, and this is all I saw. And I picked it up and said, okay, this is what I want, and I left. And when I got home, I put it on my bookshelf. And there it's at for 3 years. Unknowingly that these were slid inside. They are all originals. I've already had them checked out. And I don't know whose it was. I have no idea. There's no name. I can't get in touch with the family, whoever owned it. But somebody did. And I am, like, I have my Shirley Temple doll from when I was little. I am about as much of an avid Shirley Temple person as I am a Beatrice Potter person. So this was, like, look at her and Mr. Bojangles. I mean, what? So, my postcards that were in here, this is a newspaper clipping, another newspaper clipping, another newspaper clipping, another and this is her signature. I had it checked out. It is hers. When she was that age, that was how she wrote. That's just typed in. I forget the name of the studio. I think it's Paramount Studio. I can't read it, but I think it's Shirley Temple, Paramount Studio. But I did check, and it's mine. I can do whatever I want with it. Look at these. Now the postcards I have someplace else. They're in a box in my safe. No lie, because they're worth a fortune. And I have a lot of her pictures. You know, like, I think they're 3.5 by 5 photos. And so that one that I just pushed aside, where did it go? Is just a copy, because I won't ever use these. I'll frame them one day, but I won't use them. And I've scanned them just in case something happens. I've scanned them, and you know, I've shrunk them down and I've used them in other projects, but they're mine and I can do whatever I want with them. They're, you know, not copyrighted or anything, because they're real. So yeah, great find. But anyway, what did I do with that? I kind of just pushed it aside. Anyway, maybe it went back into the photo album. It's all right, doesn't matter. So anyway, I don't even know what it was doing here, because I'm not using it. So today I had seen Bella on Bella's Crafty Studio. She had taken her journaling cards and her tags after she collaged them and before she decorated them, and she brush painted them. So I didn't have any matte of the color peach sort of that I wanted, so I added a little bit of gesso to it to make it matte, because I didn't want glossy. And all I did was I mixed a little bit of gesso. I think I said matte medium, but I didn't mean it. Sorry. That goes that way. That goes that way. It doesn't matter how these go. I guess that goes that way. Doesn't matter actually how any of them go. So I took some peach, antique white, and the pink. And I just kept mixing until I got the colors that I wanted. I'm going for a peach look. And oh, here she is. That's one of her pictures. I've just shrunk it down. So I just kind of mixed the colors and played with them a little bit. One came out a little bit too pink, so I added some peach over it. And all I did was I took my brush and I just dipped it like that, like just into the little bowl of paint that I had. Well, there was a lot of paint in it because I had mixed so much, so I had a lot. It's in a jar. I'm not throwing it away because it's the perfect color. And I just dipped it like this, and then I brushed it onto a paper towel until it was almost dry. And then I just, you know, brushed it over it. Now some like this, I feel like I got too much paint on it because, you know, you can't really see the ledger anymore on this one. So I was a little disappointed in that one. This one came out pretty good. This one was my first one and it came out too pink. So I had to keep going over it with a little bit of vanilla mixed with the gesso because the vanilla was not matte. Or was it? Yeah, no, it wasn't matte. So I had to add a little bit of gesso to it to make it matte. Because otherwise it would have been, I think, too shiny. And then this one was too pink as well. So I had to go over this with some vanilla. Now the vanilla is matte. So I didn't have to add anything to that. See? Matte. The others are not. So anyway, so I've done those, but I haven't decorated them yet. So I just thought maybe I'd give you that idea. And that came from Bella at Bella's Crafty Studio. That was an idea that, well, I didn't see how she did it. I just saw her decorate them. And she had said, I've already painted my journal, you know, my collage board and cut it up. And I thought, painted? So I sent her a message because we're friends. I sent her a message and I said, how did you paint? Like, how did you paint them? And she told me she used just acrylic paint, but make sure it's matte. And so I gave it a go, and I love them. I love how they came out. It just gives it a little bit more color and goes very well with the journal that I'm going to be putting together with you all. Okay, are you ready? There's going to be a lot of breathing. I watched so many videos in the past 2 weeks on this particular binding, and the best one I found was absolutely the best, and it's Carol Laws. So just type in Carol Laws. She did it 11 months ago. I'll put the description in the description box, but I don't know if I'll be able to add that particular video. But it was 11, go back 11 months or go to her playlist and look for open tab binding. And she has a couple of videos on how she did hers. It was the best. She did the best explanation, and I laughed through the whole entire thing because I will probably do the same thing. Even though I've watched it 3 times and I've watched a gazillion other people do it, I'm still a wreck. But I'm going to do it because you know what? Maybe you'd like to learn too. So there's a couple of differences in what I'm doing than what I've seen pretty much everybody else do. Well, everybody I've seen do it has not done it this way. So this is new for me. If anybody else has done it this way, please let me know, and so that I can give them credit, okay? So this is the journal. So I have a page here. It just opens like this. Now I'm gonna be adding things, you know, pockets. I haven't stitched anything yet, and I didn't because if this doesn't work out, I didn't want to go through the, you know, the work of stitching all around it and then have it come out so bad. And then, you know, I've not only wasted paper, but I've wasted thread and a lot of time, you know, stitching. So, all right, so this is the first page. It's obviously going to be, you know, it's going to have pockets and it's going to have all those things. This is a writing journal for a friend of mine who got very sick. And she is a miracle, literally. She should not be alive. But she is, and she's doing great. And a lot of you know who she is. I'm going to tell you who she is. Her name is Carol. And we became literally sisters through Rach and Bella Crafts. And I've asked you to be praying for her and things like that. So anyway, she lives in Wales. And we are true sisters. She's the sister I never had. And so I wanted to make her a journal so that she could write about her experience. And so it is going to be mostly a writing journal. I've put in actually a signature, but it's blank. Well, pretty much blank. I have put some butterflies and stuff in it, but this part will be for writing, and the rest will have a lot of tags and, you know, things like that she can write on and things like that. So I had this kit in mind because the name of it is Sisters in Bloom. And I made these tags with y'all, and that was for a journal that I wanted to make, but I didn't know what I wanted to do for a cover or the signatures or anything like that. This is by Raindrop Lila, which I've told you, you know, before when I did these 2 cards. This is a journaling card for those of you who haven't seen it yet. This pulls out 2 spaces for writing. She can write something on this and hide it inside if she'd like. She won't be watching this video. She doesn't watch videos right now, so I can show you. And then I made this journaling card, and I put a little glass glitter around her. I don't know if you can see it. And they're both stitched all the way around. And this, I just used my washi tape that I made on, what did I use for that? Oh, I printed on sticky on sticky paper. I printed a page on sticky paper and then No, I didn't. I printed the page. I don't remember what I did. It doesn't matter. It's faux washi and it matches. And she does have washi tape that I have made for this kit. She has the washi tape, so I have it now, and I'll be able to use that. So, anyway, so it's Sisters in Bloom, if you're interested, on Etsy for Raindrop Lila. This is not a design team project. It's just, I actually bought the kit before I became a guest designer. And I'll be doing that journal after I finish this one. I've put my little golden book aside for now. Anyway, this is going to be a tab binding open spine. Okay, so here we go. So I've got all my pages. This is my first page. And then I have this little booklet, which I don't know how that's going to work out, but we're going to give it a shot. And then there's another page here. This, I just put a butterfly on the back. This is part of another one of her kits. I've been using it and using it and using it the past couple of days. Can't remember the name of it. Doesn't matter. This is Sisters in Bloom. So I put that in there. And then again, this is just a page, which I'll be putting pockets and things in. I'm also planning on having pockets where there'll be large journaling cards or tags inside. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet because I'm putting it together before I'm stitching it. So, but I'll do it. I'll figure it out. So the first thing I figured out is you need, if you're going to make one of these, make sure I have it all back in order. Okay, just hold on one second before I start taping things together. I don't. This one I think goes here. And I don't want it to be upside. Nope. Okay, that one goes there. Pretty sure that one goes there. Yes. 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 No. This. And then this will be the back page, which is pretty much like the front page, but different. Okay, so here we go. One thing you have to remember if you're doing something like this is you have to have, well, you don't have to, but if you want to end up with 3 tabs at the end, you want to have an odd number. So I have 5 signatures or pages so that I have 3 tabs, 2 tabs, 3 tabs, 2 tabs, 3 tabs. Nobody says you have to do it that way, and nobody ever told me on a video that you have to do it that way. I'm doing it that way because I think it will make it stronger. That's all. So here we go. Are you ready? Where are we? 18 minutes. All right, I think we can do this. So what I'm using, what most people used was fabric or lace, and they glued it. But I'm not going to glue mine because if you watched my video several weeks ago, I made my own fabric tape. And I've not tried it on this. I've tried it on other things, but never to put in a signature. So if we need glue, we'll glue it. But if we don't, that will be awesome. I did not cut this piece up yet because I wanted to show you how I did it. I cut up a bunch of pieces that were, I think these are a 1/2 inch. No, these are 1 inch. And then the wider pieces are 1.5 inches. Okay, so for my 3 tabs, I'm using my 1 inch. And for my 2 tabs, I'm using my 1/2 inch. And I'm just praying that I have enough. Because I don't know. I didn't count them. I mean, I've counted them. I've counted them several times, and I just got so scared and so nervous that I said, never mind, stop counting. Just turn on the camera. So here we are. All right. So I measured these all 1 inch because I need more inches than I do 2 inches, I think. And if I don't, I can cut these in half. Pretty smart, huh? So here we go. We're going to cut our fabric washi, which I used carpet tape for. If you have not seen the video, it's just carpet tape that you get at the hardware store. Any hardware store. It's very, very sticky. And like I said, I've never used it to bind anything, but we're going to give it a shot. And if we have to use glue, well, then so be it. It's only paper. So, I'm sorry for going silent. I'm scared to death. I don't know why. I just wanted to bring you along. I thought, if I have my friends with me, then I can't mess up, right? Okay. Okay. Okay, okay. I keep saying okay. Okay. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. Oh, I think that goes here. All right. Oh my gosh. Hold on one second. Alexa, turn off. I forgot I had my music playing. I don't want to get in trouble for that in case somebody heard it in the background. Okay. All right. So our first page, we're going to put down 3 tabs. Okay. So this is how we're going to put them down. 1, 2, 3. Now we want to do it this way because on the next page, we're going to put 2 and they have to pretty much be in the middle, and that's why I cut these more narrow, because they have to fit in between on the second page. Are you with me? Okay, so what I'm planning on doing is I'm going to take these away. Okay, Cheryl, calm down. I promised Carol I wasn't going to do this, but here I go. If none of you follow Carol laws, you really, really, really need to follow Carol laws. She is just, I mean, when she uses her little Tim Holtz people, she tells stories about them. And they all make sense. Like she'll say, okay, this little boy is reading to his mother. You know, and she'll put this mother up here of the Tim Holtz little people, and she'll put this little boy here, and she'll put a book in his hand, and she's amazing. She's amazing. Okay, so all this is muslin, medium weight. I'd say about medium weight. If I keep cutting this, I'm trying to make it even. It doesn't need to be even. Okay, here we go. I'm sorry for yelling. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to peel my tape, maybe. But I'm only going to peel it. I'm only going to peel my fabric because I don't want to peel the whole piece because it will stick to my mat. And I'm going to place that here, okay? And I'm going to push this back up here because I don't want it to stick to my table because it won't pick up. So no glue. See, it glued down, and it glued down fine. So now I'm going to take my next piece. Oh, I really hope this works because it'll be a game changer for so many people, you know? There's no glue, there's no waiting, there's nothing. And like I said, I've used this fabric tape for other things, but never for binding a journal. So I'm going to take my second piece of tape, and I want to place that, you know, sort of in the middle. I'm not measuring anything because I'm not really concerned about the placement. I'm more concerned about it staying together. So like I said, I'm not peeling the back off yet because I don't want it sticking to my mat or to like the other side of the page when I flip it over. I even made myself some iced coffee, and I'm not supposed to be drinking coffee. Well, it's not I'm not supposed to be. It's just that it kind of makes me a little nauseous. But I thought I'm going to make myself a caramel iced latte, and I'm going to relax, and then I'm going to turn on the camera. And so I did. But I might have to take a sip. And then this one I'll place right here. And like I said, it really doesn't have to be even, or, you know, I'm not being a perfectionist about this. So now what you want to do is make sure that that backing is pretty much up all the way to there. See what I mean? I haven't undone it yet. Now this would not be like this if it was glue. It would just be plain fabric and you wouldn't really have to worry about it. So now you're going to take this page, which I made a booklet, and ironically, so did Carol. So that was like, okay, where'd she place her booklet? So she did place her booklet on the second page. So all I'm going to do, making sure that that tape is not exposed because we don't need it yet. So then what you do is for your second page, you need 2 strips, but they have to fit in between these 3, and that's why I made this more narrow. Okay? Okay. You still with me? I hope so. Because I really think this would be a game changer for a lot of people if they wanted to do one of these journals, because it's so easy. There's no glue. So for this page, again, I'm going to move this away just a little bit, but I want to be able to see it because I need to place these in the middle. But I don't want to get it on that page or my mat. Guys, I'm praying in my head. Oh my gosh, this is so ridiculous. But I just really want this to work. So, and the fabric I wanted to use, it was pink. So, and just no matter what I tried, it was like, it's not going to work, Cheryl. Just use the muslin. Get over it. Get over your pink. Oh dear. Okay. You guys have never seen me like this, I don't think. Well, maybe you have. I don't know. Okay, so this page, again, gets 2 placed in between these 3. But don't, you know, just make sure your tape doesn't, you don't take your tape off all the way, your fabric tape. I mean, you could absolutely use glue. But this video is about using fabric tape to do your no-sew binding. That's what this video is about. And to do a tab binding. How to do a tab binding pretty much without glue, I guess. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't even know what I'm going to call it. Or if it will even go up because I'm scared to death. But I'm not going to watch it. I never watch my videos before I post them. That's why they come out as bad as they do. Okay. So now I'm going to make sure that that tape isn't going to stick to that page, because I'm going to put these together. I'm going to flip this over like so. Now, as you can see, I have these 2 and these 3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to peel this back, making sure my top and my bottom match up. And I am just simply going to go over the page. That looks a little bit long, so I'm just going to cut it a little bit. I probably shouldn't because this is the booklet, so I should have left it long, but it doesn't matter, really. So there's the, you know, 1 from the first page. I'll put this over here. This is the second one, so I need to kind of lift it up a little bit to get that little piece. I'm going to stick this. Oh no, it's going to go over my butterfly. I don't want it to do that. So I am going to have to cut this. Sorry about that, guys. I'm just cutting it a little bit so it doesn't really hide the butterfly. Because there's lots of butterflies in this journal. Well, there is going to be. And I really hope that you follow along with me because I'm going to be doing decorating and stuff on video. So there's my second one from my first page, and here's my third one from my first page. And I don't care that that's long. Make sure you pull it tight. Okay, so now you have two, right? So now, I don't want it to stick to that page yet. So now your third page, again, you need 3, right? Yes, because you're going to flip this over and these are going to go here. So now you have to, so I did 3 on the first page and 2 on the second page. See, there's the 2 that are on this page. Here's my third page. I'm going to line that up and I am going to tape this page where these tabs need to go. So I'm just going to move this a little bit so I know where to place these 3. I'm just doing it so it's, I mean, I don't care if when you see the binding, it's not exactly like perfectly even. That's not what I'm going for. What I'm going for is to make sure, and you can, by all means, make sure everything's lined up. My goal is to make sure that it works. And it stays, which I know that it will because this carpet tape is ridiculously sticky and it's very hefty. And so is the fabric because it's like a medium weight muslin. Carol just used a lightweight muslin and she glued it and it was fine. So again, sorry, you're going to put 1 here, pretty much lined up with that one. And make sure that you roll your tape back up so it doesn't stick to your mat. I suppose I could have put parchment paper down and it wouldn't have stuck to the parchment paper. So it's an idea. So that's on there. Now I need another one here. Remember, we're on our third page. It gets 3 tabs. So it's 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, and you can put as many or as few signatures, because this can be done with signatures as well. I'm just not. So 1, did I do that right? Yeah, 1. Sorry. Oh my gosh, I just took the whole thing off. See? Can't take the whole thing off. You just can't, because it will stick and you won't get it up. See how sticky it is? Okay, here we go. Just put it down. You can skip through this part if you want. Okay. So there's the second one. And like I said, I'm trying not to attach it to my mat. There's 1, 2, and 3. Oh, Carol, if you're watching, I feel your pain. Even though you cracked me up through your whole video. Well, you cracked me up. Oh, see? I just threw that away. No, no, no. Oh, gosh. I'm sorry, guys. I really wanted this to go well. So again, well, see, now you'll know. Don't peel it all the way off. So now I'm going to go about here. Just stick it down. Now what I want to do, since I stuck that down, I want to flip this like this, right? And you're going to take your 2 tabs now. It's 3, 2, 3, 2, I'm on my 2. So this goes like this. Oh my gosh, it's working. Guys, make some fabric tape. I really and truly have never seen this done before, so if you have, please, please, please tell me in the description box so I can give the person credit. But everybody that I watched used glue, or they sewed it on. Some sewed it on, but this, no. And like I said, if I wasn't so nervous, I could probably have done this. It could have been finished, but I'm a nervous wreck. So now I need 2, because when this flips over, the 3 are going to go on this page. You know what I mean? So let's just make sure that this is right so far. So we've got 3, 2. Oops, sorry. Oh no. Okay, so we've got 3. How did I do that? Wait a minute. Yeah, that's 3. Yes, that's right. That's 3. This is 3. It glued onto the second page. Okay. 2 is here. This is going to be 3. But I have to put the 2 on first. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of leave it there. So y'all can see and I can see and we can all be happy people. Let me just, I'm sorry. I'm trying not to be a perfectionist. Okay. So 2. Right? Yes. Because we just did 3. Now we need 2. So 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. 2, 3, you know, and just keep doing that. So a little bit here. Don't roll it back too far. And stick it down in the middle between these 3. Some of these got cut really wonky. But then again, y'all know my problem with cutting straight. But it doesn't matter. It's a junk journal. It's, you know. Tell me, people, in the comments, stop with the perfectionist, and maybe I will. So this one goes here. You know, I just get so wrapped up in my confidence. And it's so silly. So there you go. Now we're going to put this here because it's our 2. It's going to go here, okay? But I have to fold these back because these are going to stick to here, making sure everything is lined up, okay? We're going to flip it over like so. And we're going to, oops, not yet, number 2, not yet. Sorry, guys. We're going to peel the 3 and stick this on. We're almost at our last page, guys. Where are we? 39? Okay, oh, almost done. Just making sure my signatures are even. And like I said, you could do this with signatures, obviously, because I put a signature in there. It's just the way I wanted to make it. Okay, oops, dang it. Well, that's okay, I think. No, it's not. Okay, this needs to go underneath here because it's gonna stick. So just make sure, see, you're seeing my little blunders, which I'm glad about. It has to stay on the other side because you're going to be sticking that to the last one. So there's the two, like this. We're going to line this up. And I have to do it right because it's our last page and I already pulled that tape off, which was kind of silly, but I did. So line it up, pull your tape off, pull this tight. I hope that worked. Because I really thought the last page got 3, but it didn't, and I don't know why. So I've got 3, 2, 3, 2. Yes, it worked. It worked. Yay. I am really excited. That looks awesome. Except this page is a little bit higher, but there's nothing I can do about it now because I've already taped it. And this tape is not going anywhere. So just make sure that it's lined up good. I'll never be able to pull that off. And it is kind of even, but it doesn't really matter. It doesn't have to be even. That looks awesome. I love this. Okay, now let's go through. There's our first page. And then there's our booklet. And then our 3 again. And our 2. And our 3. And our 2. And that's how our binding looks. Oh my gosh, guys. Game changer. I didn't have to wait for glue to dry. I cannot peel this off. I probably could if I really, really wanted to. But this does not, this front piece right here. I mean, if I wanted to, I could take this off and put a new piece on. But if you've already got it all stitched and stuff, you wouldn't want to do that because it would ruin it. Or if it was a whole signature, it would ruin the signature. So that, you know, I mean, because it's only one page, you know, double-sided, I might do that because I am a perfectionist, but you do not have to. I'm going to try and manipulate it a little bit and see what happens. I mean, I might be able to get it so that the top and bottom are more in line on that first page, but that's, you know, I'm glad I did this on video because now you see, before you stick down your tape, make sure that your top and your, now see, I was able to manipulate it just enough because it wasn't that far off. What do you think? Leave me a comment. And so now it's just a matter of decorating. And actually, if I want to, I could take this to my sewing machine and I could stitch around this. It wouldn't be easy, but I would probably be able to do it. But like I said, this tape is down. It's not going anywhere. You could use your bone folder, and I probably will do that just because I've never done this before on a, you know, to make a journal cover. I mean, to bind a journal. I've never even done a tab binding. But this is just huge for me. And I just think that looks so awesome. I'll show you the fabric I was going to use, or I wanted to use. But like I said, it just didn't match. So these are some more fabric that I have here. I have the rest in my cabinet with other fabric tapes. But none of the fabric tapes would match. Like that would have definitely had too much pink in it, you know. So I have this, and then, I mean, I might use pieces of this throughout because I think this might be pretty, you know, so I might use pieces of it throughout, you know, just cut little snippets off and use them here and there. But, yeah, because it wouldn't be enough for a tab binding journal. So, and I still have all these pieces left over, and I didn't have a very long strip. I can't tell you how long the strip was, but I still have all these pieces left over for my next tab journal, which I will be making because it worked. Hallelujah. I'll show you what else I made if you're interested, because we have a second. And I'm sorry about the interruption with the Shirley Temple, but I just had to show y'all, just in case you're new to my channel and hadn't seen that. What a find. What a find, especially for those of you that are Shirley Temple fans. And now what I'll do is I'll put these together, put them in a little glassine envelope, and put them with my fabric tape, where I keep my fabric tape, which is not up there. I had just taken it out to make sure that it would, you know, to see if it would go. And it didn't, so that's all right. No big deal. I'll use it in another journal. That's why I have it. So I'm just going to put these in my basket for now. I'll show you some of the pages that I'm going to be using. And I'll also show you a couple of the things I made. So I made her and I put butterfly wings on her. You can get these with the kit. It's an add-on. So I put the butterfly wings on her and made her a little fairy. Some butterfly wings on her. And I just kind of cut them. They come as butterflies like this. And I cut them and just manipulated them. And I printed the butterfly wings on photo paper, gloss photo paper, because I have it. Not because of any other reason. If I didn't have it, it would have been on just matte cardstock. This one, yeah, that's on photo paper as well. So it was just a butterfly. I cut it in half and taped it. Now, I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet, but I saw them. Raindrop Lila actually, that's why I bought the kit. She had shown a journal she's in the process of making, and she had some butterfly wings on her dolls, on her little girls. And so I was like, I'm going to do that. Hers were bigger. But, so I got the add-on kit and I put some butterfly wings on her. And I want some butterflies throughout the journal as well, because butterflies just mean a lot to my friends. So, like, here's a butterfly wing that I had cut in half. I may be doing, you know, different things with it. Here's another one of the butterflies. And then I put some butterfly wings on her. And I may do some, you know, glossy accents. I may do some glossy accents on her buttons. These are just my temporary, you know. They came, they're in here. I'll show you how they came. And then I fussy cut them out. So I made those two so far. And I showed you the tags already. So yeah, that's what I did today. Actually, there's three. There's these three. So I'll put those somewhere. Just not sure where. And then I have some little fairy. They came from a Flower Fairy book. And at the corner of each page, it had a little fairy that went with the bigger page, you know, so I just cut it off of that. And I have some Flower Fairy postcards I'll be putting in here. See, like, there's another part of a smaller butterfly that I cut in half, because I was going to use the smaller butterfly wings, but they were too big. But I'll use them here and there. So that's what I did today so far. And then I made those other journal cards already. And then I'll show you some. These are all pages from the Three Sisters kit. And then those are just tea stain papers and stuff. And then these are also pages. And then I'll show you what else comes with it. If you're interested. If you're not, you can just, it's fine. And I'll be using other things too. I made some washi on the sticker paper. So all I have to do is cut it up and I'll have washi. Okay? So this is not, I don't prefer to use the washi that you can see through, you know, the sticky paper that you can see through, because I just feel like when you do tear it off, you can barely see the washi. It really fades it out. So I use the matte photo paper, the matte sticky paper, 8.5 by 11. And then I'll just cut it into strips and I'll have washi. It's very thin and you can see through it, but not as much as you could if it was the clear. Does that make sense? So anyway, I've got some washi. That comes, you know, that goes with the kit. And then some tags that I could, you know, perhaps decorate with one of these. And maybe add, you know, a sentiment or what have you. Pockets. Everyone has to have pockets. Here's some more tags. I don't know how I'm going to decorate these yet, but I could do something like here. But then she wouldn't be able to write on that. So I would probably do something like that if I were going to put her on a tag. Maybe add some lace or what have you. This is how they come if you don't shrink them down. Are they not just gorgeous? So this is how they come if you don't shrink them down. And this is just one of the sisters page, and I don't remember which one. They all have names. So there's another page. And then let's see. Pockets. Tons of pockets. I didn't print them all because I won't need them all. Then tea stain paper, sentiments, and words I've typed out myself. Some more butterflies and more sentiments that I've typed out myself. You know, like this. And I've got a lot of them already cut up. I did a lot of that today too. I did a lot of fussy cutting. And then I just put in, you know, some cards that I get from, what is her name? Hold on, let me think. I don't remember. I'm sorry. And then these are just some envelopes that I've just, you know, taken from my back stock to put in here to use in my journal. And these are some glassine envelopes. So these are all ready to go for decorating. So I really hope that you come on this journey with me. I don't plan on it being long. I have another vellum envelope that I'll be using that I pulled out of my stock to put in here. And yes, so next comes putting in the pockets and decorating. And I hope you come on this journey with me. I really do. It will be probably like a 3-part series, maybe. Maybe not even that long. I don't know. But it worked, guys. I'm so happy. I hope that you were inspired to make some fabric washi. Just take your fabric and put it on some tape. Let me get the roll so I can tell you. It's by Bazik. Is this it? Let me just make sure it's the right one. Nope, that's not it. Sorry. That is just plain double-sided tape. I'm sorry for my reach, guys. I really am. But I want to help you because this is just a fantastic thing. It's by, this particular brand is Sure Tape. And it's, you know, so that It says Sure Tape Hold Strong. And it's for carpets to keep, you know, the corners of, or, you know, your carpets from sliding. Maybe your bath mat or what have you. And then all you do is open it up like this and put your fabric on it, however long you want it. Sometimes I'll do it on the floor or on my 4-foot table. I'll run the whole strip. I'll cut my tape. I'll cut my fabric, obviously, to that width. See? This is the same width. And then if I want shorter, you know, more narrow, once I've got this down, I take my scissors. You don't have to use pinking shears. I just did. And then I'll cut it right down. You know what I mean? I'll just cut it down the middle. So that's all you do, in case you missed that video on how to make fabric washi. Fabric washi style tape. I don't want to get in any trouble. How about fabric tape? Fabric tape. We won't do fabric washi. Fabric tape. And it worked, guys. Look at that. No glue. No stitching. No nothing. That's never coming apart. That's there for life. How cool is that? And like I said, you could do more than, you know, I don't need more than one signature for her to write in, because I'm going to have plenty of other writing space. And there's a lot of writing space in this little booklet. I don't know how many pages are in here, but there's a lot. Want me to count them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8 pages. So you have 8 pages times, what is it, 4? So you have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32 pages of writing. Well, you can't really write on that. You could, depending on what you put on it. But 32 pages of writing, plus I'll have other things and other little, you know, flippy pads and things like that for her to write on. That's it. I left these long in case I wanted to put something on them. So, have fun. Until I see you again. Be well, be safe, and God bless. And I really hope that you follow me on this journey. Part 2 will be tomorrow. Okay? Bye-bye, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. Leave me a comment if you have a YouTube channel, if you're new here. And to all my faithful followers and my friends, thank you so much. Your encouragement means the world to me. Okay, bye-bye, everybody.